Everyone talks about pro wrestling, but everyone talks about which era of wrestling was the best. Everyone talks about an era of attitude, the golden age of pro wrestling. But now, there is a new style of wrestling, a new breed of wrestling, an era which will never be defeated. New breed wrestling.
My love for pro wrestling came from all the time I spent with my grandpa whenever I was a kid. He was a true fan. I mean, he was all about wrestling. He was all about good guys, bad guys. And so when I was a kid, we used to spend a lot of time over at my grandparents' house. Every Sunday, especially, we'd have like family dinner, all that kind of stuff. And since my family were the ones that lived the closest to my grandparents, we'd always stay the latest and just hang out with them. And then along about 6 o'clock on a Sunday night, man, early NWA/WCW days, Superstation TBS, remember that channel? We'd sit there, my grandpa would sit there, watch wrestling, and if you came in and watched, it was fine, but it was sit down, shut up, don't ask questions, don't talk, you watch wrestling. And seeing his passion for it and how much he was like into it and just believed it and loved it, it kind of rubbed off on me, and it's kind of how it started. Like most kids growing up, Hulk Hogan, but I liked a lot of I like Ric Flair, I like Arn Anderson, Sting. Sting's got to be right up there, man. He just, especially whenever I was introduced to him as a young kid, the bright colors, the bleach blonde flat top, the whole thing. It was not only that, but I was also at a real young age when we moved from Missouri to Texas. For my dad's job at the time, we lived in West Texas for a lot of years. So I was introduced to the early days of like World Class, the Freebirds, the Von Erichs, all the, that stuff. So it's like I got a taste of that, and then living in Missouri, got to watch a lot of the early NWA days and stuff. So, but yeah, the moment I realized I loved it probably as much as my grandpa did. Whenever I was a kid, I believe I told my grandpa that I wanted to do it. Of course, being a little kid, he's all like, yeah, sure, But no, I wanted to do it then. It took me a little while to actually figure out how to get in it, but yeah, so. But my mom wasn't a fan of wrestling because being around it, my grandpa, they had one TV in the house. When wrestling was on, that's all you watched. Right. So my mom growing up, that's all she watched was wrestling. So when I told her I was going to get into it and start training and stuff for it, whatever, she was like, at first she was like, I'm not going to come watch because I don't like wrestling. And so whenever I finally started to gain ground and like really make something of it, I'm sure there's been a few times I told my mom, I said, see, I told you. And then next thing you know, she's at the matches. She's right there wearing my t-shirts and
very supportive.
Oh yeah, you can go in her house right now and see one of my early promo pictures.
Really?
That I'd given her and had it framed, and I even signed it. All that stuff. So yeah, she's extremely proud of the fact that I do.
Welcome, fans, to New Breed Wrestling. I am Jason Mortis here with my associate, Sal Sanchez. How's it going, Sal?
Oh, the pleasure's all yours, Mortis, but I'm glad to be here in Eldon, Missouri, watching my boss, the volatile Curtis Wilde, take on Mr. Clean here.
Now, don't go making ball jokes here, all right? Let's not get off on the wrong side of the foot, Sal. Let's just watch a nice, clean match here tonight in Eldon, Missouri.
Oh, it's never clean when the Iceman's around. They call him Mr. Clean, but we know he likes to cheat.
All right, so we got the Iceman versus Curtis Wilde, and they're kind of playing to the crowd here.
Curtis Wilde does not need the approval of these fans, so-called fans here in Eldon, Missouri. He's the champion. He's the king. He's the man in charge. He's the man that people paid to see. He doesn't have to pander to the crowd just like the Iceman is.
Are you really sure that they came to see Curtis Wilde? Because it looks like the fans are on Iceman's side.
I think you're watching the wrong feed. The fans here, I was talking to them before the matches started, and they're all here to see Volatile Curtis Wilde and his lovely valet Wildfire.
Now, in the end, it really matters. What really matters is who comes up with the win. So, how do you see Curtis Wilde pairing up against Iceman? I mean, they've known each other for quite a while. They know each other's moves.
The Iceman has been in the business for quite a long time. He has a long history throughout this area. This is going to be a very good match, but I tell you what, there's a reason that Curtis Wilde is the champion.
Now the Iceman's showing his charisma here. He's just dancing with the crowd. Is eating it up.
This is a wrestling match. It's not a dance-off. This isn't Dancing with the Stars. There we go. Finally a lockup.
They tie up. It looks like Curtis might have the strength advantage here, but Iceman's he's pretty clever. He's pretty smart there. Look at him just turning it around.
Oh, but he pulled the hair. Did you see that? Did you see that handful of hair?
I didn't see it.
Well, the crowd, they seem to agree with you, but these people here in Eldon, they're not watching this match correctly, and the referee, she doesn't know what's going on either.
I don't know. I think Curtis Wilde's trying to pull one over on the referee, Yellow Sapphire there, and she's no joke. She's a smart ref.
I'll give her that. We've seen her on NWA Power. We've seen her on Impact. She's making waves, so I'll give her credit.
All right, here they go. They tie up again. Oh wait, nope, they didn't. Curtis goes and hooks Iceman in the eye.
I didn't see that. I thought he was just kind of wiping, a little mustard off from the hot dog he was eating earlier.
Well, he's giving him a couple of strikes in the corner there, and there's a big old chop that's sending Iceman over to the other corner.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Power is what Curtis Wilde has.
There he goes for an Irish whip, sends Iceman over to the next corner, and he takes an elbow. Curtis takes an elbow right to the face. Goes for a clothesline, misses, and Curtis receives some more strikes from the Iceman.
All right, now why is the referee not stopping this attack on the champion here? I don't get it. Wildfire there worrying about her man there in the corner as Iceman just takes a pounding to the champion here. I don't get it. Come on, Curtis. Come on, man. Yeah, you got this.
Looks like the Iceman's got the upper hand. I mean, he's giving Curtis Wilde a beating here. Mind games,
Mortis. Mind games.
I'm not so sure this is all of Curtis's plan here. It looks like Iceman's he's got everything on his side. He's got momentum on his side here.
Well, a little time out there on the outside of the ring as he pulls down with the lovely Wildfire, making sure that he's all right. Wait a minute, where's the Iceman going? Why is he out of the ring? Ref, get him back in there.
Oh, Iceman knows Curtis is stalling. He's just stalling.
It's called regrouping a little bit.
There we go, getting strikes back onto Curtis Wilde.
Right in front of those fans. I know they're eating that up, but I don't appreciate it. You can't win the title outside the ring, Iceman, so take it back to the inside.
He just wants to show that he's not going to take any crap from Curtis Wilde. And there he goes. Look, he's putting Wildfire right in front of him.
No. Iceman pushed her and put him right in front of there, trying to protect himself.
He's using her as a shield. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't put your manager, your wife, in front of you as a shield. And I mean, Iceman's a gentleman. He's not going to go and hit her.
Well, I'll give Iceman his due for that one, but still, you can't win the match outside the ring, so take it to the inside, Iceman, if you want to walk out of here the champion. That's why Volatile Curtis Wild's the champion, and you're not, Iceman.
Looks like Curtis Wilde wants to do some damage while he's out there on the outside with Iceman. Just throws his head into the steel steps. Looks like he's about to roll him in the ring now.
There we go. Finally listening to me. There we go. It's over for you, Iceman, as the Volatile climbs into the ring. What a pin there. That should have been a 3 count.
He's not going to win it with a coffee count like that.
We'll see, Mortis. We'll see.
So it looks like Curtis is doing a little bit more taunting to the crowd than he is worrying about Iceman now.
Well, you got to stay focused, definitely, but you know he has to appease his fans here. They all paid to see him. They're all here telling him how much they appreciate him and how much they love him as a champion.
I'm not so sure that's what they're saying. Look, he's choking the Iceman right there on the rope.
That's not a choke. That's not a choke. He's helping him up. Look at that little neck massage there from Wildfire. Just making sure the Iceman's all right.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal. You know, I mean, they're lucky the ref wasn't even looking her way at the time. You know, Curtis is playing pretty dirty here.
Got him in the corner there. Stops to the Iceman and a knee to the top of his head. Right by Wildfire. Definitely, I will admit that Wildfire could be a deciding factor in this match. It's always nice to have a manager on the outside of the ring. One of the things we don't see as much in professional wrestling anymore.
I agree. There should be more managers in professional wrestling these days. As you can see with Wildfire, she's been very instrumental in Curtis' success here at the New Breed Wrestling.
Big kick to the head sends Iceman rolling over.
Looks like he's going for a pin. 2. Oh, he didn't quite.
That was 3. This ref is slow. Someone get her out of there.
I'm pretty sure that was a solid 2 there.
I don't know what match you're watching.
Oh, and Curtis Wilde bounces off the ropes for a knee drop onto Iceman's head. He's looking pretty weary and worse for wear there. Iceman looks pretty beaten down. I think he can come back though. I think he can make a comeback from this. He's pretty tough.
Send him outside the ring. Oh, there we go. Wildfire adjusting his back, making sure. Oh, what is this?
Oh, they're taking Wildfire away. I guess management was getting tired of her interrupting the match.
Hey, she's like a ringside physician. She's just making sure that the Iceman's okay, able to continue in the match. They shouldn't have drug her out like that. That's not right.
I'm pretty sure you don't check to see if people are okay by kicking them in the back.
Hey, whatever works.
Iceman gets back in the ring. Oh, and he strikes Curtis Wilde in the stomach twice. Elbow to the back of the head.
Come on, Curtis. Sends him over to the corner. Iceman just unloading on him. Now, you only have a few seconds in the corner there, and ref certainly making the count. Iceman got under in time.
Big splash by the Iceman. Another splash onto Curtis Wilde. He's going for a third one. And big back elbow.
Things are not looking good for my man right now. Curtis, you're the champion. There's a reason you're the champion, but I gotta admit the Iceman does have the upper hand right now.
What's he doing?
He's praying.
He doesn't want any more. He doesn't want any more from the Iceman. Is he going to give up?
No, I doubt that. Here's a pin.
Oh no, Curtis stole one. Curtis Wilde stole that.
As I got older, I started to fall. I kind of fell out of love with wrestling for a little while. Probably whenever I was like a senior in high school. During that, you know, when you're 18, 19 years old, it's a weird time period for a lot of people. And wrestling was still cool, but not cool. And so I don't know if it was one of those things where I was kind of running in that crowd where I didn't think wrestling was cool. In my early to mid 20s, I started to really fall in love with wrestling again. And so I went on a search. I was like, there's got to be a way. And then once I fell back in love with it, that sparked that fire. Like, I want to be in it. I've got to do it. So I started looking and searching and trying to find schools and whatever the case may be. And along the way, I come across a flyer for a small independent company that was running a show about 20 minutes north of where I live. So I was like, man, I got to go watch it. Of course, didn't know anybody on the flyer. Didn't have no big names or anything like that. But I was like, hey, it's wrestling. I'm going to go, right? You know. So me and some friends went, and lo and behold, it's crazy how stuff happens, you know. Right place, right time, all that kind of stuff. Watching the show, and a guy who was a manager for this tag team, I went to school with him. He was about 2 years ahead of me in high school. He come walking out as their manager, and I was like, I know that guy, you know. Hadn't seen him in a long time. So anyway, so went and talked to him. He introduced me to the promoter, and that's kind of how it started. Was I talked to the promoter. We set up a time for me to come try out, and then that was my first. When I went to go try out to train or whatever like that, that was my first experience in a wrestling ring ever in my entire life. It also wasn't the greatest either. It almost caused me to quit wrestling right as soon as I started. So before I went to the actual school where I got trained at, the first promoter about ruined it all for me. Well, he hurt me. Very first day in the ring, didn't teach me nothing. And like I said, growing up as a fan, you see what's going on TV, but you don't know.
Right.
You don't know the ins and outs. You don't know the quote secrets of how to protect yourself.
Right.
So he grabbed a hold of me and basically gave me a throw, almost like a hip toss, landed on my shoulder and separated it. Went to stand up, my arm's kind of hanging there, and I'm like, so that was, I mean, that almost just did it right there. I was about done. I was like, well, if this is what it is, when the hell am I doing it? You know, it's like, so anyway, Tucker healed up, Tucker just got away from it, and during that time, I ended up finding another school over in St. Joseph, Missouri.
As we noted at the top, you always know when Tyler Bodine's in the room, he makes enough noise to make certain that everybody knows he's present. Crowd's chanting for the Iceman. We're ready to get this one underway. A little bit of a contrast in styles.
Well, it's an old adage, but styles make fights. So I believe we're in for a treat tonight.
The Iceman quickness, stepping right through that lockup attempt by Tyler Bodine. Bodine spending a lot of time arguing with fans on the outside rather than facing up with his opponent on the inside. Again, the Iceman sidesteps, goes with those quick kicks to the legs. Going to try to chop down the American Outlaw.
Well, that's a pretty big task there. He's going to have to chop quite a bit.
Again, the Iceman sidestepping that lockup attempt, popping in with some quick strikes, now some kicks. He's got Bodine backed into the corner. Oh, but Bodine, there's that quickness we talked about that he has. Stepped out. Big body slam coming up.
You can really see that Tracy Smothers training coming through in that body slam. Man.
Absolutely. And that's something that, if he gets close enough to Iceman, that is something. Oh, big
killer leg drop.
Just a one.
Bodine was admonishing the referee there. The referee would be doing his job and counting consistently. He might have had this match in the bag.
Bodine's got the Iceman tied up on the ropes. Choking him against those cables.
He's got to the count of 5. He breaks it 4.
Big knee to the back. Again, applying heavy pressure to that larynx. Oh, just taunting the Iceman. Bodine, little slaps on the face, taunting the Iceman. A big ham hock fist. A slap to the head.
A little bit of a sign of disrespect there, trying to show him whose ring it is.
Big boot from the Outlaw.
Iceman's having a hard time of it right now, getting to his feet. Tyler Bodine is just laying him in.
Big clubbing blow to the back by Tyler Bodine. And now, one thing that might be playing into the Iceman's favor, the Iceman can sustain an awful lot of punishment. We've seen that from him over the years. If he can outlast Bodine's offense, he might be able to score that pinfall later on once Bodine's tank is empty.
Clubbing blow there.
But Bodine's tank is far from empty there, as that lariat shows.
Well, he was behind Bodine. There's a little bit of a lackadaisical cover there.
Yeah, just a press to the throat. That's not going to get the Iceman. That's not going to get most opponents, but especially the Iceman.
No, it's a sign of disrespect. So he doesn't have much respect for anything that Iceman's done in this ring before.
Bodine is really working on the throat, neck area of the Iceman, trying to just take his wind away.
When you take away his wind, you take away his speed. And without his speed, I don't think Iceman has the power to be able to compete with Bodine.
And see here, Bodine's walking away. Instead of applying more offense, he walked away, and sure enough, it gave the Iceman just enough opportunity to recuperate and get out of that corner. Iceman up to the second rope. Big cannonball to take Bodine off of his feet. Iceman back up to the second rope again. Cross body. And a 2 count.
Bodine needs to get off his back and utilize that power, which you can't do unless you're on your feet.
Well, he'd still be able to do that if he hadn't paused, stepped away. And oh, big stunner from the Iceman. Sends Bodine back into the ropes. There's another boot. And another stunner.
Bodine's wobbling in. The big man is down. But he wisely or not, rolled to the outside of the ring.
Well, I think it was Bodine's momentum that got him out there, but it certainly worked in his favor. It's given him some separation, an opportunity to catch his breath, clear his head. The Iceman has remained in the ring, though. Iceman's gone to the outside. I don't know that this is really wise. There's a blow. Oh! The referee has called for the bell. Tyler Bodine just clubbed Iceman right in the head with that cowbell.
I don't know. I think he got it wrapped up in the ropes and just accidentally slung it, hit him in the head. I don't think that was on purpose.
No. He's still got, and there's another shot with that cowbell. The American Outlaw proving his nickname, just pounding away at our United States champion. Security is trying to usher Tyler Bodine to the back.
And went over there one night with another buddy that wanted to get into wrestling. Showed up at training, and when we walked into that building, we seen guys that were in good shape. They, The building was horrible. It was just a rundown building that had no heat, no AC, no nothing like that. But seeing the guys, you could tell that these guys were athletes. You can tell that they kind of knew their way around the ring, kind of knew what they're doing. And so we signed up for a tryout. And I barely made it through the tryout, I'm not gonna lie. It's a story I tell to this day. We had to go through, first you had to go through an initiation before you got to be part of the training class. The initiation they called Hell Night. Reason is because it's pure hell to go through it. I had to quit halfway through the initiation to run outside, throw up. I was outside for about 5 minutes or so. One of the head trainers come out and said, you've got about 2 minutes to get yourself together and get back in there and finish, or you got to come back next week and start all over. I wasn't going to start all over. Quick drink of water, cleaned myself up, went back in there and finished it, and that's how I started. So I started with a company called Central States Wrestling Federation. It was promoted by a guy by the name of Steve Ward. He had a background in promoting with boxing. He promoted a bunch of local boxing matches, just really knew what he was doing as far as the promoting side of things. And so he started wrestling with some friends, and it was a very successful company. And probably for the first 5 or 6 years of my wrestling days, it was spent with just that company only. He ran so many shows to where that's all you needed to do was wrestle for him. So Monday through Friday, I worked my full-time job. Twice a week, I'd go train. On the weekends, we were running somewhere. It eventually ended up becoming just Central States Wrestling. They dropped the word federation off of that, and then I ran with them for quite a while. And, that was my first original training. Since then, I've obviously, attended a few seminars.
Welcome, New Breed fans, to Macon, Missouri. Once again, I am Jason Mortis here with Sal Sanchez. Now, Sal, tell us a little bit about this tag team championship match.
That's right. What we're going to see here today is private practice with Money Mike Pettis against the team of the Iceman and the hair metal heartthrob Dallas Cade. Of course, private practice is made up of 3 wrestlers. We've got Dr. Ison, we've got the Suplex Cyclone, Kurt Gannon, and then we have the heartthrob Jaden Roller. So today we get to see the heartthrob and the doctor in action here in Macon.
And it looks like Dr. Ison's trying to taunt Dallas Cade a little bit, trying to play little mind games there, if you will. I mean, he is a doctor, anyways.
He is, and he's making sure that all these fans out here in Macon are vaccinated. He was going around earlier with this big syringe, offering free COVID shots, making sure, keeping everyone safe here in Macon, Missouri.
Now, everybody should get their vaccination, but I don't think this is the right time or place to do it. Should he be walking around with big old needles?
Hey, he's a doctor. He went to the online school of medicine. He's got as much credential as anyone else, I'd say.
Well, I guess I can't argue with that. Well, Iceman's taking the big ol' offensive at the very beginning, giving Dr. Ison a clothesline. It sends him to the corner, talking, kind of regrouping with Jaden Roller there and Mike Pettis.
Now, we've seen this matchup before, and Iceman just doesn't give up chasing that dream of becoming the New Breed Tag Team Champion. Private Practice has defeated them on several occasions, and I'm pretty sure they're going to get beat again tonight in Macon.
Well, Dr. Ison wanted to get out. He tags Jaden Roller in, and Jaden goes, it looks like he calls out Dallas Cade. He doesn't want anything of Iceman right now. He's calling out Dallas Cade.
Well, Dallas Cade, I will give him his credit, and where credit's due, he is a great young talent, making waves here in the Central States area, all over the state of Missouri, Kansas. He's been up in Iowa. He's been down in Oklahoma. I think we're going to see good things from this guy. He just needs to quit lining himself up with people like the Iceman.
I don't know. I think, Iceman's got some pretty good credentials. He's been wrestling for, almost 20 years?
It has been about 20 years, but, like they say, money talks, and Money Mike Pettis has the millions down there in ringside.
I really think Dallas Cade has lined himself up and with a pretty good partner. He knows that pair himself up with a veteran like Iceman it's gonna further his career. It's gonna help him a whole lot. I mean, he can learn a lot just from tagging with the Iceman.
Well, don't take away from Roller either. He's been all over the place as well. NWA Power, we've seen him all over on television, on pay-per-views. I won't be surprised if we see him in Hollywood one day.
You know, I would not be shocked either. You know, I do have to hand it to that. I don't really like Jaden Roller's tactics here, but he is very talented. He's very strong. He's very quick, and he's making waves everywhere. He's
Morris, we actually agree on something.
You know, I give credit when credit is due. You know, I'm not going to take anything away from Jaden Roller. All right, he's a very talented young man.
Big headlock there in the center of the ring, wearing down Dallas Cade, sends him across the ropes.
Big shoulder tackle by Jaden Roller there onto Cade.
Here we go, back and forth.
Drop down, leapfrog, and Jaden Roller turns around and tries to give him a clothesline, but yeah, Cade wasn't going to fall for it.
I'll tell you what, these fans here in Macon, they're not very smart. They're behind this heavy metal heartthrob guy.
I'm not so sure about that. That's a pretty impressive cartwheel there for Dallas Cade. Double hammer to Jaden Roller, knocks him down. This has been pretty fast-paced here. He whips Jaden Roller against the ropes and gives him a sidewalk slam.
Here we go. Here's a pin. 2 count.
Only a 2 count. See, as looks like Jaden's trying to make a tag over there, tagging Dr. Ison before Dallas Cade could get in there, and the ref kind of backs him off because he's just getting, you know, too close to his corner there. You know, Dallas Cade, seems like he's taking the initiative. He wants to get in there, he wants to fight.
Well, the good doctor has taken him down to the mat, perhaps maybe trying to vaccinate him, you don't know.
You know, again, I have to give credit where credit is due. So I don't like Dr. Ison's tactics and the way he, you know, kind of portrays himself. But he's a very smart individual.
He's a doctor.
He is a doctor. Okay, he claims to be a doctor. But he's a very technical wrestler. He's a very smart wrestler.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Another one of the products of the NWL Training Center. Here in the Kansas City area, as well as he's got his start out in WLW at Harley Race's fantasy camp. So he's no slouch himself. I do agree with you.
Well, Iceman gets tagged in from Dallas Cade, and they do a double team Irish whip on Dr. Ison and a double elbow that drops him. Looks like Iceman's going to go work. Oh, he pins Dr. Ison 1-2. Oh,
that was too close for comfort there. But, of course, the good doctor kicked out. He needs to tag Jaden Roller back in. It looks like he may be in a little bit of trouble.
Let's see, Iceman showing off his moves here. I didn't know he could move his hips like that. Kind of impressed.
So we kind of have the infusion here of hip-hop and metal here, but I don't know, 1990 called and, you know, they want their music back, I guess.
And Iceman with a sweet little moonwalk there to hit the leg drop on Dr. Ison, still gets a 2 count.
No time for showing off. If you want to win titles, just get in there and pin. Don't pander to the crowd. That's why Private Practice is the champion and you're not, Iceman.
Well, Iceman's feeling good. He's got some energy in there. He wants to show off what he can do. Oh, look at that. Jaden Roller hits Iceman in the back with the knee. The ref wasn't even looking.
Again, a 2 count. This ref is slow. Referee Gordon Atkins, senior official here at New Breed Wrestling. Perhaps he needs to go back to counting school. I'm not sure.
Well, he is a senior official. You know, I think he's been doing this for quite a while, too. I think he knows how to referee this match.
We will see, Mortis. We will see.
Well, looks like Dr. Ison and Jaden Roller's got the offensive now. They are taking Iceman over to the corner. Dr. Ison tags in Jaden Roller. And Jaden is just going to town on Iceman now. He's beating him down, kicked his stomach, arm to the back.
There we go, pigtail power, that's what it's all about. And the fans disrespecting Jaden Roller. How can you disrespect a man that looks like Jaden Roller? Beautiful pigtails, beautiful muscles, and these fans are not showing him his respect. I don't get it. I don't know what's wrong with the people here in Macon.
And I don't think he likes that at all. You see that he was turning up the heat when he was hearing the crowd yelling at him. You know, he just it seems like he feels like he might need to prove something to the crowd. You know?
Well, judging from the crowd, you know, they're not used to seeing a specimen like Jaden Roller. Maybe they're a little intimidated by him, but they can learn a lot from him. Learn some styling techniques. You know, he's got some beautiful hair, unlike you.
I have hairstyle similar to Iceman, so I am a little jealous of Jaden's hair. You know. He does have nice hair.
Referee trying to force him over to the corner as he has his back turned on the Iceman. I wouldn't be surprised if Iceman would have tried some shenanigans.
So Jaden Roller, after he got tagged in by Dr. Ison, goes back in, tries to hit an elbow on Iceman, misses when he moves, and hits his own partner. He hit Ison.
Money Mike is livid outside the ring there as his guys are in trouble. Ison, making the tag, and in comes Jaden Roller once again. Big boot to the Iceman.
Right, ribs. Oh man, that sounded like he may have cracked a couple of ribs with that kick.
I know, I heard that one all the way up here in the booth.
Jaden's going to town on Iceman over there in the corner. He's just standing on his chest using the ropes right in front of the referee, and the ref is not having any of that.
Oh, here comes Money Mike taunting the Iceman. Iceman on several occasions has had the opportunity to join Money Incorporated, but he denied those dollars. I don't know what's up with the Iceman.
I think Iceman's got a little bit more integrity in him. You know, he's got morals.
Money talks, Mortis. I'm part of Pettis' team. He pays my paycheck.
Well, obviously, you and Iceman are a little bit different than each other. You know, maybe that's not what Iceman's looking here. You know, he's looking for challenges in wrestling. He's not so much money. You know, he's got. You know, like I say, he's got morals in this wrestling business here.
Well, I'll tell you what, Iceman's in trouble. He tried to make that tag, can't do it, as Jaden Roller continues to work over the Iceman there in the ring. Iceman reaching out to the crowd, trying to get their support, trying to hulk up here, as you will.
Dallas Cade's trying to pump up this crowd too, trying to get the crowd on their side.
Oh, yes, sends him back down.
I know Dallas wants that tag. He wants to get in there. He's got all that energy on the corner there, and he wants Iceman to make that tag.
And Money Mike, he's counting his money. He's going to get the winner's purse tonight, I'm sure, and they will walk out the New Breed Tag Team Champions still here in Macon, Missouri.
It's still too early to tell. I mean, don't count out Iceman and Dallas Cade. I mean, Iceman's been around the block plenty of times. He's been in this situation before.
There we go, Dr. Ison in, taking over where Jaden Roller left out. Still working over the Iceman. Iceman just needs to tap out and just leave. This match is over.
It looks like Ison was trying to rake the eyes and claw the eyes there right in front of the ref.
I didn't see that.
But they're still working on his neck there. They're working his neck a little bit.
Get Cade out of the ring. Come on, ref. He's cheating. Only one guy is allowed in there.
Well, that's what the ref was saying. The ref was holding him back. You know, I mean, it's not cheating if he doesn't actually get in the ring. The ref was doing his job. So. Oh, it looks like Dr. Ison tried to.
Was that a low blow?
It was a low blow.
Why didn't the ref stop that? I don't get it.
I'm pretty sure it was a complete accident.
Dallas Cade in now, cleaning house.
He is cleaning house. Down goes Ison. Down goes Roller. Big bicep.
Oh,
Jaden
I
Roller.
felt that one.
Big body slam onto Dr. Ison.
No! Ow!
Dallas
Okay,
Cade's on a roll.
private practice could be in trouble. We could be seeing new tag team champions tonight.
He's got them both in each corner and delivers a clothesline to each of them. Back elbow to roller. Back elbow to Ison. Big splash to roller. Big splash to Ison.
Okay, like I said, this kid is
Locks it
impressive. He's
Cade-
just on the wrong team.
Cade puts roller up on his shoulders. Ison pulls him down. It
There
looks like
we
they're going to
go.
double team him. They're going to double team Dallas Cade there.
Setting him up across the ropes. Going for the backdrop was stopped by the Iceman.
Oh, Iceman gives Ison a stunner and sends him over the ropes. And Cade's got roller right where he wants him.
Oh, big powerful slam sends the Iceman down.
Wait, what's Mike Pass doing? What's he doing? No, ref, you gotta get down and count.
That's smart. That's smart. He knew his guy was in trouble. Referee can't count with Pettis on the ring. That's what I call the maker of champions right there. Uh-oh.
This man's getting involved. He's not liking what Pettis is doing. He's not
Now, this isn't right. Pettis is just a manager. He's not a licensed wrestler. You shouldn't be manhandling the referee. I'm sorry, the manager.
It looks like Roller and Ison are taking advantage of the situation. They're just beating down Dallas Cade now.
Referee trying to restore order, but of course it's all pandemonium going on in the ring right now as Cade gets smashed down to the mat.
Big face buster by Jaden Roller and Dr. Ison.
And that's the 3 count.
3 count.
I occasionally will go train with Craig Kiesman, Niles Plunkett.
Yeah.
I could go on all day about that guy. You know, he's a great mind, great talent, and a great teacher. So I'll occasionally go train with him. I started training back late '99 with Central States Wrestling. My first match was in January of 2000 at the St. Joseph Civic Arena in front of a crowd of about 2,000 people. And I got put in there with a guy who was a legit tough guy. He was a champion arm wrestler, just huge. He went by the name of Brimstone. He was my very, very first match. I remember everything only because I watched it on tape. And I say that because I got knocked out, suffered my very first concussion in that match because of a rookie mistake that I made. But I'd do it all over again because it was the most phenomenal thing ever. To hear the crowd, to just get that first adrenaline rush of that first match, and we would draw about that many about every time we ran the Civic Arena. Was roughly around 2,000 people every time.
Welcome back, New Breed fans. We are here at Crypticon in St. Joseph, Missouri at the St. Joseph Civic Arena. Jason Mortis with Sal Sanchez. What's going on, Sal?
Oh, I'm honored to be here at the St. Joe Civic Arena. I grew up in the Central States territory, and this building has a lot of wrestling history. A lot of the greats of this area, Mike George, Bulldog Bob Brown, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes have all wrestled in this building. And quite honestly, the Iceman has had his first match here a little over 20 years ago.
Now, Iceman's taking on the connoisseur, Niles Plunkett.
Bringing class to the people here in St. Joseph, Missouri. They need a lot of class.
Oh, he's starting out strong here with a big hip toss on the Iceman. Looks like he's trying to get the crowd on his side, and it's kind of, I'm giving it a 50-50. They're kind of wary about him, I think.
Well, I tell you what, Niles Plunkett has made his name all over the United States. We've seen him down in Texas. We've seen him on Monday Night Raw. We've seen him all over the place. Pay-per-view, certainly one of the bigger stars here in New Breed Wrestling.
A big arm drag by Iceman, a big hip toss, and then Niles Plunkett just runs right into a body slam by Iceman, gives him a 2 count. That was pretty close, actually. Big headlock takeover by Iceman onto Plunkett.
I'll tell you what, Crypticon has been a fun weekend. We've seen lots of our favorite horror movie stars here, including Keith David from They Live. That was, I had a great time talking to him about the Hot Rod, Roddy Piper.
Oh, that was a great movie.
One of my favorites of all time, as the Iceman continues to work over on Niles Plunkett.
Another headlock takeover on the Plunkett. And Niles pushes him off to the corner. The ref's giving him a count to 5 to break the hold.
Goes in, misses.
Clothesline. Iceman's starting out fast here.
Yes, he is. It looks like my man Niles Plunkett could be in trouble here as he applies that headlight, putting
Right back to the headlock with another headlock takeover. It looks like Iceman's trying to teach Plunkett the fundamentals here. I don't think Plunkett really needs to be taught the fundamentals here, but he wants to prove that he's better than Plunkett.
Well, Iceman definitely is the fan favorite here in St. Joseph, Missouri. A lot of history of the Iceman inside this building as he continues to work over Niles Plunkett, sending him staggering. There's a duck. And backdrop.
Big backdrop onto Iceman.
Of course, the connoisseur, Niles Plunkett, giving it to the Iceman, unloading on him there in the corner to the not-so-delight of the fans here at Crypticon.
Yeah, Plunkett's gone. There's now a couple stomps there and big old arm to the back.
Oh, could this be the grape stomp coming up? Here we go. He's on the ropes. There we go. Stomping the grapes. One of my favorite moves in all of professional wrestling. Now that's class.
I'm not so sure if you really call it class. I mean, he might think it's class, but it doesn't seem like a very classy move to me.
Everything Plunkett does is classy, Morris. That's something you wouldn't know anything about.
Oh, that's not nice. Come on, Sal.
I'm not a nice guy.
Well, let's get back to the match here. Now, Plunkett's back on the offensive here. He hit a big old elbow to the back of Iceman's head. Now, he looks like he's stretching him. He's stretching him right there. He's got his knee on his back and pulling his neck back by his chin.
Referee Gordon Atkins asking him if he's ready to give up. Iceman says no, as Plunkett continues to apply the pressure on the neck there.
I think he's trying to wear him down. It's a little too early for Iceman to be giving up here. He's not going to give up this early. Gives him 1-2 strikes to the stomach.
Oh, and caught him with the big elbow, sends Iceman down to the mat. As the connoisseur picks him up, big body slam. Send him up for the corkscrew. Pops the cork, big elbow drop.
To the back of Iceman.
This should be it. Oh, now how did he kick out of that?
That was a nice bridge by Iceman getting out of that pin.
There we go. Classiness, giving him a little shot to the head there. Sending him to La La Land. This match is over for the Iceman.
Now, I do got to give Plunkett a little bit of credit there. He's trying to wear down Iceman. He knows that he's not going to beat him that quickly. He needs to wear down Iceman if he wants to win this match.
Time will tell. But brings him over. Can he get him? Trying to put him in that pinning situation.
Niles is trying to reverse it to no avail.
Oh, stunner!
Big stunner by Iceman.
Sends Plunkett into the corner.
Clothesline.
Another
clothesline.
one.
Whips him off the ropes. Oh, big standing spine buster.
Things are not looking good for the classy one as Iceman is showing off his moves again. Come on, Iceman. This isn't Dancing with the Stars. This is the wrestling match.
He's got some pretty good moves. He's got to show them off.
You haven't seen my moves yet.
This isn't about you.
I was the square dance champion of 3rd grade.
Well, there's Iceman with his little moonwalk again and the leg drop.
I can do with the best of them.
I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. You know, I'm not going to doubt your dancing moves.
One day I'll show you. Or maybe I'll show the Iceman some real dancing moves.
I don't know if you want to be in the ring with Iceman. I think you would have you'd be biting off a little more you could chew there.
You could be right. You could be right, Morris, as he picks up Plunkett, tosses him across the ring, sends him into the corner. Another big hip toss.
Iceman sends Plunkett across the ring again with a big hip toss.
Splash into the
Oh,
corner,
he missed
misses.
the splash.
Suplex coming up.
Niles goes with a fisherman suplex. Oh, and
and
Iceman kicks out.
Still only a 2 count. You can tell that Plunkett is getting frustrated. This ref is counting slow once again. We've seen him counting so slowly this whole episode.
Now, don't blame this on the ref. Iceman is a tough individual. He kicked out of that fair and square. It was a 2 count. Looks like Niles going for a snapmare there.
Oh!
Iceman drills Niles Plunkett with that DDT.
And that sends him
And
out.
that's the 3. That's the 3 right there. That's a solid DDT.
So I will only take bookings if I feel like it's a good promotion, or the promoter is a good quality person, because there's still those not so great promoters out there, not so great promotions that I have went and worked for, just because there has been times in the last few years where my calendar's been a little empty. So I'll take bookings just to take them, and then I'll regret it later on because I'm like, I should have known better. But I'm a little more selective with where I go now as I've gotten older. Just because. My goal is, before I decide to hang it up, is I would like to have at least 1, if not 2 or 3 matches on national TV for either AEW or WWE. I don't care if I get beat up in 2 minutes or if I actually get a good solid match out of it. That's my goal, is to have at least 1 or 2 of those with either one of those companies before I decide to hang it up. To keep entertaining the fans, to keep them coming back, to keep them enjoying the show. And I'd be a lie if I didn't say that I'd like to recapture the heavyweight title.